Class 11th, Subject Physics, first chapter, Units and Measurements. Units and Measurements. From this chapter, let us see numericals from exercise. Numericals from exercise. The very first numerical is stated as the two masses of two bodies are measured to be 15.7 plus minus 0.2 kilogram and 27.3 plus minus 0.3 kilogram. What is the total mass of the two and the error present in it? And so for this numerical number 1, given data is mass m1 equal to 15.7 plus minus 0.2. So actually mass m1 will be equal to 15.7 and this will be the error present in that measurement of mass. So m1 is equal to 15.7 plus minus 0.2 kilogram. Similarly, m2 is equal to 27.3 plus minus 0.3 kilogram, so that we can write m1 is equal to 15.7 kilogram, m2 is equal to 27.3 kilogram, delta m1 will be equal to 0.2 kg and delta m2 will be equal to 0.3 kg, and therefore the total mass will be given as total mass m is equal to m1 plus m2, that is 15.7 plus 27.3, which comes out to be 43.0 kilogram. 43.0 kilogram, this will be the total mass. Then absolute error present in that mass m, absolute error present in the mass m will be given as delta m equal to sum of the errors present in two masses, that is delta m1 plus delta m2, which will be equal to 0.2 plus 0.3, which comes out to be 0.5 kilogram. So for this numerical, total mass is 43.0 kilogram and the absolute error present in the total mass will be equal to 0.5 kilogram. Now let us see numerical number 2, which is given as the distance traveled by an object in time 100 plus minus 1 second is 5.2 plus minus 0.1 meter. What is the speed, that is average speed, and its error? So the given data is time interval t equal to 100 plus minus 1 second. Then distance traveled d will be equal to 5.2 plus minus 0.1 meter. We have to find out the average speed phi and error present in that speed phi. So the average speed will be given as average speed phi will be equal to distance traveled upon time, that is d by t. So that will be equal to 5.2 upon 100, that is this 5.2 upon this 100, that will be value of d by t, which comes out to be 0.052 meter per second. 0.052 meter per second. So this will be the value of average speed. Now let us find the relative error in phi. So relative error in this average speed phi, we have to find out, that will be given as delta phi upon phi, that is relative error in the measurement of phi, will be equal to sum of relative error in the measurement of distance and the relative error in the measurement of time, that is delta t upon d plus delta t upon t, which will be equal to 0.1 upon 5.2 plus 1 upon 100. Simplifying this, we will get delta phi upon phi equal to 0.01923 plus 0.01, which comes out to be 0.02923 meter per second. So this will be the required relative error in the measurement of average speed. So for this numerical, average speed is 0.052 meter per second and the relative error in the measurement of phi is 0.02923 meter per second. Now let us see numerical number 3, which is given as an electron with charge E enters a uniform magnetic field B with a velocity phi. The velocity is perpendicular to the magnetic field. The force on the charge E is given by magnitude of force F is equal to B E phi. Then obtain dimensions of magnetic field B. And therefore, as the force acting on that charge in the magnetic field is given by the formula F is equal to B E phi, that is in magnitude. So F is equal to B E phi. Therefore, from this B is equal to F upon EV. F upon EV, where F is the force, E is the charge, and V is the speed. And therefore, we can write dimensions of B will be equal to dimensions of F upon dimensions of E into dimensions of phi, which will be further written as dimensions of F upon dimension of IT, as charge is equal to current into time. Therefore, it will be dimensions of IT into dimensions of phi. Putting the dimensions, we will get B equal to dimensions of B equal to dimensions of force 1 in length, 1 in mass, minus 2 in time, divided by 1 in I, 1 in t, dimensions of it, into dimensions of speed, that is 1 in length, 0 in mass, minus 1 in time. Keeping these dimensions as it is, 1 in length, 1 in mass, minus 2 in time, at the denominator dimensions will become equating 1 in length, 0 in mass, 0 in time, 1 in I. Shifting these dimensions to the numerator, we will get dimensions of B equal to 1 in mass, minus 2 in time, minus 1 in I. 1 in mass, minus 2 in time, minus 1 in I. So these are the dimensions of this magnetic field. So dimensions of magnetic field will be this, and therefore now let us see numerical number 4, which is given as a large ball 2 meter in radius is made up of a rope of square cross section with edge length 4 mm. Neglecting the air gaps in the ball, what is the total length of the rope to the nearest order of magnitude? And therefore, for this numerical number 4, given data is radius of the ball is given 2 meter. Then each edge of that square cross section of the rope is d equal to 4 mm. That will be equal to 4 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter. And we have to find out the rope length L in proper order of magnitude. And therefore, as that ball is made up of a rope, therefore in this case the volume of the rope must be equal to volume of the ball neglecting air gaps, and therefore we can write volume of rope phi must be equal to volume of that sphere. But that volume of rope will be calculated by using the formula area of cross section, that is d square, area of cross section d square into length L, because that rope will be in the form of a cylinder having square cross section, and therefore the volume of that rope will be equal to its area of cross section into its length, and therefore we have written area of cross section, that is d square into length L, and therefore phi will be written as d square L, that is area of cross section into length of that rope must be equal to volume of that ball. That ball is spherical in shape, and therefore volume of sphere, that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Now in this case this pi is taken nearly equal to 3, therefore it will get cancelled with this 3 and we will get 4r cube, that is equal to 4r cube, since pi is approximately taken as 3. And therefore from this we can write L is equal to 4r cube upon d square. Putting the values, we will get 4 into 2 cube upon 4 into 10 raised to minus 3 square. 2 cube, that is 8. 8 into 4, we will get 32, divided by 4 square will be 16, and 10 raised to minus 3 square is 10 raised to minus 6. And therefore we will get 32 upon 16 into 10 raised to minus 6, which comes out to be 2 into 10 raised to 6 meter. 2 into 10 raised to 6 meter, that will be the length of that rope in proper order of magnitude. Therefore order of magnitude of the rope length will be given as 10 raised to 6 meter or 10 raised to 3 kilometer. 10 raised to 3 kilometer. Now let us go for next numerical, that is numerical number 5, which is stated as nuclear radius r has a dependence on the mass number A as r is equal to 1.3 into 10 raised to minus 16 into a raised to 1 by 3 meter. For a nucleus of mass number A is equal to 125, obtain the order of magnitude of R expressed in meter. And therefore for this numerical, the given data is mass number A is equal to 125, which will be written as 5 cube. Then R will be equal to 1.3 into 10 raised to minus 16 into a raised to 1/3, which will be written as 1.3 into 10 raised to minus 16 into 5, because a raised to 1/3 will be equal to 5, which comes out to be 6.5 into 10 raised to minus 16 or 0.65 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter. 0.65 into 10 raised to minus 15 meter, and therefore the order of magnitude of radius, order of magnitude of this radius r will be equal to 10 raised to minus 15 meter. So minus 15, that will be the order of magnitude for this nuclear radius. Now let us see next numerical, that is numerical number 6, which is stated as in a workshop, a worker measures the length of steel plate with a vernier calipers having a least count of 0.01 centimeter. So that 0.01 centimeter least count will be nothing but the error present in each measurement. Then for such measurements of the length yielded the following values, that is 3.11 centimeter, 3.13 centimeter, 3.14 centimeter and 3.14 centimeter. Find the mean length, the mean absolute error and the percentage error in the measured values of length. And therefore for this numerical, given data is total number of readings n is equal to 4. L1 is 3.11 centimeter, L2 is 3.13 centimeter, L3 is 3.14 centimeter and L4 is also 3.14 centimeter. We have to find out the mean length, then absolute error and percentage error in the measurement of this length. So first of all we will find mean length, that is L bar, which will be equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3 plus L4 upon N. Putting the values, we will get L bar equal to 3.11 plus 3.13 plus 3.14 plus 3.14 upon 4, which comes out to be 12.52 upon 4, which is equal to, in proper order of magnitude, 3.13 centimeter. 3.13 centimeter, this will be the mean length. Then secondly we will find mean absolute error. Mean absolute error, that is delta L bar, which will be equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3 plus delta L4 upon N. So addition of the absolute errors for all the 4 readings divided by number of readings, that will be equal to delta L1. So L1 is 3.11 and our mean length is 3.13. So 3.13 minus 3.11, that is 0.02. Similarly, for second reading 3.13 minus 3.13 we will get 0. So in this way, for all the 4 readings we will get the absolute errors, that is 0.02 plus 0.00 plus 0.01 plus 0.01 and divided by 4. That comes out to be 0.04 upon 4, which is equal to 0.01 centimeter. This will be the mean absolute error. Hence we can find the percentage error, that is percentage error will be equal to delta L upon L into 100%. Delta L upon L into 100%, that is mean absolute error upon mean value into 100%. Putting the values we will get 0.01 upon 3.13 into 100%, which comes out to be 0.003195. 0.003195 into 100%, which will be equal to 0.3195%. 0.3195%, which will be in proper order of magnitude. It will be equal to, in terms of significant figures, we can write it as 0.32%. 0.32%. So for this numerical, mean length is 3.13 centimeter. Mean absolute error is 0.01 centimeter and the percentage error is 0.32%. And now let us go for next numerical, that is numerical number 8, which is given, numerical number 7, not 8, it will be 7, which is given as numerical number 7. Find the percentage error in kinetic energy of a body having mass 60.0 plus minus 0.3 gram, moving with a velocity 25.0 plus minus 0.1 centimeter per second. And we have to find out the percentage error in the kinetic energy. Therefore, for this numerical number 7, given data is mass m is equal to 60.0 plus minus 0.3 gram. Speed v is equal to 25.0 plus minus 0.1 centimeter per second. We have to find out the percentage error in kinetic energy. Percentage error in kinetic energy. Now we know the formula for kinetic energy of body of mass m moving with velocity v is given as kinetic energy k equal to half mv square. Putting the values we will get half into 60 into 25 square. Half into 60 into 25 square, which comes out to be k equal to 30 into 625, which is equal to 18,750, which will be written as 1.8750 into 10 raised to 4. 1.8750 into 10 raised to 4, that is k will be equal to 1.88 into 10 raised to 4 joule. 1.88 into 10 raised to 4 joule. This will be the kinetic energy. And now relative error in the kinetic energy. Relative error in the kinetic energy k is equal to delta k upon k will be equal to delta m upon m plus 2 times delta v upon v. Delta m upon m plus 2 times delta v upon v, as it is mv square, so that relative error will be found by this way. Therefore delta k upon k will be equal to 0.3 upon 60 plus 2 into 0.1 upon 25. Simplifying this, we will get 0.005 plus 0.008. Adding this, we will get delta k upon k equal to 0.013. 0.013. This will be the relative error. Now we can find the percentage error. So percentage error in kinetic energy k will be equal to delta k upon k into 100%. Delta k upon k into 100%, which comes out to be 0.013 into 100%. 0.013 into 100%, which will be equal to 1.3%. So this will be the percentage error in the measurement of that kinetic energy, that is 1.3%. And now let us go for next numerical, that is numerical number 8. Numerical number 8, which is given as: in Ohm's experiment, the values of the unknown resistances were found to be 6.12 ohm, 6.09 ohm, 6.22 ohm, 6.15 ohm. Calculate the absolute error, relative error and percentage error in these measurements. So in order to find this up to percentage error, we will proceed. So for that purpose, let us consider first of all the given data. For this numerical, the given data is R1 is equal to 6.12 ohm, R2 is equal to 6.09 ohm, R3 is equal to 6.22 ohm, R4 is equal to 6.15 ohm, and we have to find out absolute error, then relative error and percentage error. And therefore first of all we will have to find out the mean value of resistances. Therefore mean value R bar will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 upon 4. Putting the values, we will get R bar equal to 6.12 plus 6.09 plus 6.22 plus 6.15 upon 4, which comes out to be 6.14 ohm. 6.14 ohm. Now first value we will find, that is mean absolute error. Mean absolute error. So mean absolute error, delta R bar will be equal to delta R1 plus delta R2 plus delta R3 plus delta R4 upon 4. So first value of resistance is R1 is equal to 6.12 and mean value is 6.14. So 6.14 minus 6.12, that is 0.02, that will be value of delta R1. Similarly, for all other resistances, delta R will be found, and therefore we will get delta R will be equal to, that is delta R bar will be equal to 0.02 plus 0.05 plus 0.08 plus 0.01 upon 4, and therefore mean absolute error will be equal to 0.04 ohm. 0.04 ohm. So these values are the absolute errors present in 4 values of resistances, which we will get by subtracting all these 4 readings from the mean resistance. Then second point, that will be the relative error in the measurement of resistance. Relative error in R will be equal to delta R upon R. Delta R upon R. Now mean delta R is 0.04. It will be divided by mean value 6.14. So this will be delta R bar upon R bar, that is equal to 0.04 upon 6.14, which comes out to be 0.0065. So this will be the relative error present in the measurement of resistance. And then finally we have to find out third, percentage error in the measurement of resistances. Percentage error, that is equal to relative error into 100%, that is delta R upon R, delta R upon R into 100%, that is equal to 0.0065 into 100%, which comes out to be 0.65%. 0.65%. So for this numerical, mean absolute error is 0. Here mean absolute error is 0.04. Then relative error is 0.0065 and percentage error is 0.65%.